Okay, so we're going live now. Okay, so we are live. We have got the schedule, as you can see on the screen. Sorry, that was a little bit of a blooper, guys. Sorry about that earlier start, but yeah. What do we think about this?
Well. Before I get to our schedule, Monday Night Football Week 1, Russ goes back to Seattle.
Woo!
And
Dramatic.
the first game of the NFL season is Bills at Rams.
I do have the whole Ravens schedule in front of me, which is exciting.
Yeah, I have the Ravens schedule actually up on the screen.
Finally released it on the app.
Yeah, I got it off of Twitter. Their Twitter released it real quick.
It's exciting. I mean, we open up against the Jets on the road, and then we come back to play the Dolphins at home. Open up. You're talking about two really winnable games to open the year to get a team that really couldn't get it going last year because of injuries. Hopefully we'll be fully healthy coming out of camp and can hit the ground running. Week 1 and 2 ahead of some really tough games in the end of September, October. What are your guys' thoughts on the opening, September of this schedule?
Yeah, then we played the Patriots. Wow, we get the AFC East out of the way early.
Pretty much, yeah.
Three straight games ago.
Oh, yeah, we're done with them week by week 4. You're right. Holy crap.
I'm surprised that Bills game isn't a primetime game.
That's what I said. We only got 3 of them.
That's a really big surprise to me, actually. But it's funny.
Right now we got 3, should I say.
But it's funny, like right before we went on air, we were talking about the fact that, there were leaks. And one of the games that was leaked, and again, you can't believe it. If you believe it, I don't know what to tell you. It's something to get exciting about. But I thought we were playing the Bills on Thanksgiving, and I had so many plans for that, and I made false plans. I wear a dunce cap right now. But
our first primetime game is week 5 at home against the Bengals, the reigning Super Bowl champions. It's a great test.
Bengals didn't win.
Sorry, you're right. AFC
champions. Don't give them any more. Don't give them that.
No,
I'm
sorry.
sorry.
Give them that.
They're already hyped up.
Seconds away. But that's a great game too. Right after the Bills, I mean, the Buffalo can't be a trap game, but that's a tough ask to go from New England to Buffalo and then the Bengals. At least it's back-to-back home games.
Yeah, I mean, that's about the only benefit if they're all home games. But geez, man, you talk about a way to test a team early, right there. That's how it's done. That is insane, dude.
Well, then we get to go visit a good old. Wink after that. Giants. Week 6 at the Giants.
This will be interesting. That'll be really interesting.
And week 8 play.
Week 7 we play the Browns at home.
And the Buccaneers week 8. Thursday night football.
That is Thursday night. Interesting thing about that Browns game is Deshaun Watson playing.
Yeah. What is that, week 7?
I will not be surprised if not be surprised if he's suspended shockingly 6 weeks. Get him back just for that.
And how about the NFL schedule is giving the Ravens a Thursday night game and turning around and Monday night football?
We got so much love in this part of the season. We're on the road, yes, but Thursday night, then Monday night, then our bye week.
And then how easy is that stretch coming out of the bye? The Panthers, the Jaguars, the Broncos, the Steelers with a rookie quarterback. I mean, and then the Falcons and the Steelers again. I mean, until you really get to the Browns and Bengals, and obviously Steelers are a tough game no matter who you play them. But this looks to be a tough year in store for the Steelers.
Another New Year's Day matchup against the Steelers.
Oh, man, I'm not going to drink as much as I did last time.
Sure.
That was brutal.
Tell me. Now we do have 2 games that could be on a Saturday.
That would be interesting. The Christmas Eve game.
No, either weeks.
Yeah, Christmas Eve is at 1 o'clock. That's really fun. That's a Saturday.
That's dope.
They're gonna be cramming in the appetizers, getting ready for your Christmas Eve dinner, and you got the Ravens Falcons on the television. That's gonna be fun. The home game.
I'll personally be at that game.
You gotta make business decisions.
Yeah. Wow. No,
I
mean,
Christmas early for the Ravens.
Huh?
Maybe Christmas comes early for Baltimore.
I'm hoping. Here's hoping. Hopefully, we can seal out the playoffs by then. I mean, man, this is gonna be fun.
We actually are. I mean, we don't see any back-to-backs.
We don't even travel that far either. I think our furthest game that we travel. I mean, is it Cleveland, Pittsburgh? I mean, looking at this schedule.
Yeah. I think
we go to Denver. I think.
No, Denver comes to us. I even like that better because they come to us at a 1 o'clock game.
Yeah,
it's fun for them.
That's gonna.
I love West Coast coming here at 1 o'clock.
That's sneaky with Russell Wilson. It's a sneaky good game. People forget.
That's definitely not last year's Browns.
Did you guys see that Jerry Judy? He actually got arrested. So
I heard that. I heard.
We don't know what's gonna happen. He might not have many weapons. That's a big weapon down if that happens. That's wild. I saw that right before we went on air. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, I feel like the Broncos are a few pieces away from really being. I mean, they lost Von Miller last year to Detroit, obviously. And I just feel like they're still probably a year away. Russell Wilson makes them competitive, which is what they weren't last year for the most part. I'm just curious on the road if they can put together a 4-quarter game plan against a team, the Ravens.
I mean, our defense. The way the defense is looking, that could be a tall task, especially when they come out here and it's like what, way earlier, like 11 a.m. in their mind. So I mean, that's just gonna mess with them, get them off rhythm.
And when do you think Ajabu comes back? Week 11 against the Panthers? Do you think they hold him up till the Broncos game, or you throw him into action against the Steelers Week 14 for that slate against the Steelers, Browns, Steelers, Bengals? I mean, that's my guess. Keep him as healthy as they can. Do you need him to play against the Jaguars and the Broncos? Probably not. Maybe in spurts, maybe a third down here, third down there, but
like get him, start getting him like his feet wet. Get him out there.
It's a serious end of the year slate there. Got some big time divisional opponents. All three of them. Steelers twice.
The fact we don't play the Steelers first time until week 14 just mean. Only two games separates the Steelers games.
This is awesome.
Yeah, I'm looking at this schedule. I mean, we're definitely in the playoffs, in my opinion, right now.
And I love that
right now. Bullshit. We're in the playoffs. In my opinion,
it's one of the schedules in football for a team that finished fourth last year, but at the same time almost made the playoffs. Had they beat the Steelers, they'd probably gotten in help.
We beat the Steelers because somehow Jacksonville beat Indianapolis. We're in the playoffs.
Exactly. And this is the team that won 19 games in 2019. Made the playoffs again in 2020. Like I'm really intrigued by this team that we're about to watch. Is they reloaded the draft, guys back that are healthy, and if they can stay upright for the most part, they're gonna lose a lot of football games. I even like the road against like the Buccaneers. We'll see.
That's gonna be, that might be the game that we actually, one of the games we lose. Honestly, like that could be a tough game. I think
this is not conference,
Huh?
It's non-conference at least.
That's true. Yeah. In conference, I think we split with the Bengals, honestly. Me personally, I just think we split again with the Bengals. There's no way. That's a tough team.
It is. I think you can safely say we'll split against all divisional opponents, and if we win two, we sweep them. It's great.
Yeah.
If we get swept by any of them, I think it's possible. They know us so well.
Yeah.
But I do like our chances. I mean, we revamped the secondary. We're getting guys that are healthy back. Marcus Peters, Marlon Humphrey, you bring in Hamilton, you get Williams. You didn't get rid of Chuck Clark. You got all these guys running around. I think it's going to add a whole other. Burrow never saw any of those guys.
That's true.
I think Clark was it.
That's a different defense.
Absolutely.
And that being said, that gives me more confidence because when you think about this, that is not the same defense Joe Burrow took on. That is a brand new defense, probably a completely different system. We have no idea what's coming, but I'm excited for it.
And then that week 18 game, unless both teams are anybody in the playoff, but they're fighting the division at that point. You're talking hopefully a healthy Ajabo and a healthy Oa coming off the end with either side.
Yeah.
Neither one of them was in that second game against the Bengals last year. Oh, obviously Ajabo was on Michigan Wolverines. That's incredible to me. You can add those two guys into that lineup with the secondary they have. Probably going to go out and sign a linebacker, pass rusher. But then also our offense was not the same offense putting against last year. Even keep up or even set the tone against the Bengals coming up. With the Dobbins. I mean, Ronnie Stanley hopefully by the end of the year will be in the lineup. Exciting.
I mean, like I said, this is a playoff schedule through and through. There's no doubt about it, in my opinion. But
yeah. I mean, the tough one to me is week 4 against Buffalo. It's huge playoff implications as far as seeding goes. But other than that, I mean, any other playoff team in the AFC we face the rest of the year is really just the Bengals. And that's it, right? That's it. It's really unreal. That schedule. I mean, you don't get anybody. And from the NFC, the only two teams that even made the playoffs last year were the Buccaneers, and I think that's it from the NFC. We played 3 playoff teams the whole year. That's crazy.
I'm excited about this schedule, man.
I like that week 2 preseason game in that it's the 8 p.m. start. That's probably the game because there's only 3 games now in the preseason that they're going to start all the starters for as much as they can. You've got Hollywood Brown returning.
And he's going to be playing. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. I so wish that game was.
Oh my God, that would be great. We'd be there.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, you probably won't see any of the running backs. I can't say that with confidence, but I doubt you see them after what happened last year in the preseason. If they even run any of their starters out preseason, they may just say, you know what? No.
You're good.
Our defense is good enough to play the offense in training camp that we don't need to go out and throw these guys.
Yep.
You might see Lamar Jackson. You're not going to see Ronnie Stanley. I doubt you even see most of the defense. Like, you're not going to put Marcus Peters out there. Those kind of guys. I doubt it anyway.
I think any player that right now is most of our starters are wrapped in yellow tape right now. There's no way. There's just no way we see a lot of them. I mean, it would be again. This game is one of those games I wish it was going to be a regular season because I honestly do want to see how Hollywood matches up against our defense. Like, I want to see that.
And historically, John Harbaugh has kind of scoped in the face of playing guys. Like, he's always played them.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like how shell-shocked is Baltimore after last year when it comes to any other guys? Because you saw Dobbins got hurt on the first series. And it's amazing. Like, had he just stayed healthy, I doubt the Ravens lose more than they did. Because consider all the games that were 1 point and just what the difference a healthy running back that can get 5 yards a carry would have done for this team when they were consistently getting 3 to 4 yards of carry on first down, if that. I mean, the running game was incredible, and it's a big reason why they won 14 games.
And again, like you said, everybody's coming back. I mean, I'm actually texting my wife right now, and she's like, "This is why you don't trust leaks." Exactly. She was like, "Do we still have the Thanksgiving game?"
That by late. But I actually don't mind it because it's a tough open. You don't want to, it's late enough that you'll come out of that bye and just sprint to the playoffs.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, only like seven games I think after the bye. 8 games. I mean, that's awesome. Right in the middle of the season, but late enough, mid-November.
Any notable NFL games y'all saw? Just overall league?
Good question. I'm gonna check it out right now.
Not much besides the fact that week 1, Russell goes back to Seattle. So the Rams versus the Bills, our first game. Oh, Tom Brady faces the Cowboys on Sunday night opener.
You got Packers Bears week 2 on Sunday Night Football. You've got Chiefs Buccaneers October 2nd on Sunday Night Football, which is going to be a lot of fun. And then look at this Steelers Bengals on Sunday Night Football in November, which is really cool. A lot of good games.
Yeah.
And then they announced this on the draft, but Rams versus Chargers, the LA game is on Sunday Night Football. So that's gonna be a lot of fun.
That's gonna be a party. Oh, yeah. Chiefs Bucks game is gonna be great.
It's not a great Monday night slate though.
Huh?
Like it's not. I don't like the Monday Night Football slate. Like Ravens Saints isn't exactly a marquee matchup. I'm not a big fan of Colts Steelers. I'm not gonna get too impressed with, Patriots Cardinals or.
No, that's why I watch
Bears.
ESPN2. Watch the Manning cast.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
This might be the season to actually try them out. I didn't watch them last year. I don't know.
Oh, they're hilarious anytime I did.
I mean, they hit home runs with the Broncos and the Seahawks, and then even the Titans and the Bills after that game. Was it 2 years ago?
Yeah.
In Tennessee. Those are 2 really good games, and then I think just goes downhill from there. San Francisco, LA, a rematch in the NFC Championship, October 3rd should be pretty fun. But
dude, the Bills play the Bengals last Monday Night Football game, Week 17.
That's brutal.
That's gonna be a dog fight.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a.
The Bengals play the Bills, and then they come back and play the Ravens.
Oh God, that's
gonna be. And if they play that, if they're on Monday night, that Ravens-Bengals game at the end of the year could be on Saturday.
Yeah.
Now, will the NFL make the Bills play on Saturday after Monday night? Who knows? I mean, the Bengals. But right here it says that's either going to be the January 7th or January 8th. Remember, no Monday Night Football on Week 18.
And you got to love the Thursday night games. I mean, usually Thursday night, you're thinking not good games. You've got Chargers, Chiefs to open up. I think that game in Mexico City. I'm not sure about that.
The Mexico City.
You've got Browns, Steelers on Thursday Night Football. Ravens, Buccaneers is a really sneaky game. Bills, Patriots, Thursday Night Football. Those are games that you almost would expect to be on Sunday night and they're on Thursday night. That'd be really cool. So the Ravens only get one home primetime game this year. Is that accurate?
That sucks. That sucks.
They might end up flexing a game for them, but that's
what I'm saying. That's now they got
really low for a team and a fan base that pulls pretty well.
Yep.
With Lamar Jackson at the helm, I'm a little surprised by that because he's a moneymaker. He's entertainment. Yeah. People will clock in just to see Lamar play. I feel like the Tom Brady effect. It's almost like a waste of having the Ravens play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because it's like overload.
Yeah. Bengals game though, that'd be October
9th. I'll be there.
I should be.
You shut up last year a lot.
I definitely should be at that one, I think. That shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, man. Not that it matters with the new unbalanced schedule. We do have more road games this year. But we had the extra home game last year. That's why we have 2 preseason games at home.
And it's the Giants. Like, of all the NFC teams to play, obviously you're playing a 4th-place team from the year before from the other conference. And the Ravens earned that. We'll see. Like the Bengals, I think they have to play. Who won the NFC East last year? They'd have to get
the Eagles. Yeah, the Eagles.
Yeah. I mean, the Ravens get. I mean, it's the AFC South, the NFC South. We play the AFC East, which wasn't that good of a
AFC East. I mean, hell, like Gerald pointed out, we're done with the AFC East, but
we got them up out of here.
Get out of here.
Nuts. And in the NFC South, it might be the worst division in the entire NFL. So that's exciting.
Fun enough, we actually played 3 of the NFC South teams in 3 out of 4 weeks.
Yeah, that's wild.
NFC East, all the teams have in the top 5 for easiest schedule.
I hate to tell you, the NFC East sucks.
Man, but that's me. That's a team that's playing a first place schedule and it's still tied for. It's still in the top 5 for easiest.
Is that the Bengals?
No, I'm talking about the NFC East. All 4 of them I just saw were in the top 5 for easiest schedules this year. They were the top 4 teams for easiest schedules.
It helps that they play the AFC North and each team plays them once. And outside the Bengals, one of the Steelers made the playoffs too last year, didn't they? They did.
Yeah.
Yes, they did. Because they did.
So that actually adds to the Ravens' opponents last year who made the playoffs. So I misspoke earlier. But it didn't feel like they made the playoffs, you know?
Would you say?
Yeah.
I said it didn't feel like the Steelers made the playoffs last year.
I remember
they were early exit.
Yep, that's what it was. Ben's last game.
Should have been against us, but that's.
We're just not going to talk about it.
Honestly, it's a blessing. If we're not going to win in the playoffs, we probably weren't going to get very far with the roster that we had. We would have gone against the KC Chiefs and just gotten annihilated on public national television. Maybe. I mean, you always want to make the playoffs, but it's probably the case scenario that we didn't get it and we finished 4th somehow.
Right.
So we're coming up for a really.
Oh man, I really do wish that Bucs game was home.
I'm surprised to make play.
I knew it was on the road. I just kind of wish it wasn't Thursday because I would have tried to possibly go to that
In Tampa.
Yeah, being on Thursday it makes it semi more difficult with my schedule at that time.
To go to Tampa.
Yeah.
You just take off Friday?
I mean, my schedule by then probably I'll be off Sunday, Mondays. I mean, I'd be able to do it, just it'd be more complicated. Oh no, that's into October. I have time to think about that.
I need an away game.
Go to New York.
That's such an easy trip too.
Cleveland's not a bad drive either.
Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. I was thinking about going to Florida the week of Thanksgiving. Actually, me and my wife were thinking about that. Jaguars. Well, never mind. Shit, that's a home game for them. Never mind. I mean, home game for us. I was like, Jacksonville wouldn't be a bad vacation spot.
We go to Jacksonville.
Are you sure?
Learn how to read at symbols.
Yeah, because I think we were the home team officially.
I'm looking at the Ravens schedule on Twitter.
In London, I think.
Home game are underlined in white. looking at the same thing I'm looking at?
I'm on the Ravens app. I'm looking at the actual.
Guess their Twitter had it wrong. Let me go to that. That's wild. I was like, are my eyes screwed up again? So that actually makes it really interesting.
I'm most excited for the Ravens-Bills game at home. I think that's a sneaky game for us. Yeah. Buffalo, it's a tough game for Buffalo. You got to come into Baltimore. And we may honestly got to be 3-0 at that point. Hopefully.
That'd be awesome.
New England's going to be a tough game on the road, but I think roster-wise, the Ravens have a much stronger roster when they're healthy.
Yeah, and I think our defense is better than their offense, honestly. Like, I don't think the Patriots' offense against this defense, at least.
Yeah, I agree. I'm intrigued by it.
Yeah.
And it's not a trap game because it's New England. Like, it still has that, that aura about that team where you're not going to look past them at Buffalo.
No.
So you're going to get strong. And the Ravens have tried to stack their team with some pretty good veteran players. They brought back Calais Campbell, obviously. Players that can keep your team grounded, which I think is always good to have. They haven't released Derek Wolfe yet, which surprised me.
Yeah.
It's surprising we actually have a tender out on Justin Houston.
Yeah, they brought him back. And
the very rare used free agent, unrestricted free agent tender.
And I'm intrigued to see if they go out and get a Jarvis Landry. I'm waiting for it to happen.
I was gonna say take this with a grain of salt because as we learned from it's Twitter, he possibly might be closed on a deal. The one I read was I think 2 years, like $14 million.
I mean, it's not hard to convince him because people say you're not going to get catches in Baltimore. You're not going to get catches in Baltimore, but they just lost Hollywood Brown, who had over 1,000 yards receiving. So it's not unfathomable. Obviously, there was that relationship there between them, but there's balls to go around in Baltimore. I think it's slight misconception. With a healthy Lamar, I think it even adds to it.
No, but we're all great schedule.
So what's your final predictions for the season record-wise today, looking at this schedule?
Let me look at this.
I got 12-13 wins.
Yeah, I've got them. It was 13-4 would be their final record.
Yeah, math is hard. Math is harder now. They added a week.
But I think I'll chalk up to. I'll say they lose to the Buccaneers. I'll conservatively say they'll lose to the Bengals at least once. Let's just say they'll lose to Buffalo.
Yeah.
And then they'll probably split with Cleveland. And probably I've got to lose in 5 games. I think they lose to the Steelers at least once.
Yeah, like I said, I think there's gonna be a split in the division. I think they just split all 3, opponents easily.
Especially since that first Steeler game is not till week 14, that's actually going to give Kenny Pickett time to maybe learn something.
Steelers game if the Steelers were earlier, I think it would be no question just because, again, it could be Mitch Trubisky. We don't know, and we have no idea what he could do in that offense either way. So we have no idea what their quarterback situation is going to be either way. I think one of those games that works in our favor.
As much as I hate it, it unfortunately sometimes hasn't mattered before who the quarterback is when we go to
We haven't beaten Pittsburgh since 2019. Like, legit. So, we barely beat them with a healthy Lamar in 2019, if you remember that game. That was the game where I think Marlon Humphrey punched the ball out in overtime, or we were going to lose to them.
Yep. Right there on the sideline.
Scares me, honestly.
That Bucs game's scary.
The fact that it's a Thursday night primetime game.
Good at primetime.
Yeah. National.
That's a good game. Tough game for both teams. Buccaneers are probably like, oh snap, we got to play the Ravens on Thursday Night Football.
They're like, we don't want to play that defense. Then again, it's Brady. Brady can.
Tom Brady hates the Ravens. John, that's gonna be a good game though. That's gonna be a fun game.
That's it.
Yeah. And hopefully we don't drop any games. Like, because the Ravens are notorious for like just not playing well one game
Like
a year.
losing to the Bengals
the
or some or not
like
the Bengals, the Jags or some
Saints
shit.
at home. Like the one game Justin Tucker misses a game-winning field goal or something.
Why should that be the Panthers game?
But I mean, as long as we stay healthy, and I don't think lightning strikes twice in that regard, I think the Ravens are going to be a tough out because like they just got too many playmakers now at every level of the defense, and then offensively,
Yeah.
much stronger on that line.
Yeah, with this.
Apparently, that's what Lamar asked for. Lamar said, "Give me a line."
Yeah.
Well, they gave him one.
Everyone was like, "Why do you get a receiver?" Lamar asked for an offensive line.
They're not done. They're not done
They're
yet.
not.
I think they will go out and get a veteran receiver. That is what they do. Even if it's not Jarvis Landry, I trust them to bring in at least some big-bodied, trustable receiver that could become that number one target. Though I do trust that Bateman will step up, and obviously Mark Andrews is
the number one receiver.
Yeah, I mean he's the number one tight end, number two tight end in the NFL. So I mean you don't actually have a vacancy necessarily.
No.
And they drafted two more tight ends. So really to take the pressure off Mark Andrews a little bit, give Lamar another target underneath.
We know where Lamar likes to look. We know what works for him, and we've given it to him.
Exactly.
You got to feel for Jet fans to have that great draft and then just get your shit kicked in week one.
Yeah, just get.
I mean, what the Ravens? It reminds me of 2 years ago when or 3 years ago they went into Miami and won like 50-7 or something. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
And then the next year we opened up and just kicked the Browns' butt to open the year. Even last year, I think we put 40 on the Chiefs. I think, even though we barely beat them.
That was insanity. No, and this is the great thing about that game. You know, it's Zach Wilson. So, I mean, he's gonna be out there like a deer in fucking headlights. You have all these damn people coming at you, not knowing where they're coming from. I think this defense is going to be. They're bringing back the real exotic blitzes, man. I think, and they're going to attack Zach Wilson. He is in trouble.
It's incredible. And then imagine 3/4 of the way through the year, you get a Tyus Bowser and a Jabo just in the lineup,
just like
healthy.
Go freak.
What? Talking about your best pass rusher from last year and arguably the best pass rusher in college football, probably.
Yeah.
All respect to Hutchinson. I think Hutchinson's success was because he had a Jabo on that line and not vice versa. And I think you're going to see that over the course of their careers. Personally, and also Mike McDonald being in the Ravens system now.
I'm saying.
It's incredible they landed him at the 45th pick. I'm over the moon about that.
Tell me.
They weren't nearsighted. A lot of teams are nearsighted, I think, in the draft.
Like the Ravens just, blew the doors off the draft. I can't say that enough, man. Like, such an incredible draft. I'm really excited to see Hamilton, man. I can't wait to see that kid out there. Like,
and they don't have to let him play they're not asking him to step in and be a defensive starter on the back end, because you've got Williams and you have Chuck Clark. So you just ask him to play in that slot role, that middle of the field role, and just do him. Don't worry about the plays necessarily.
Yeah.
But I think it's a very instinctual position to play that he's going to be forced to be. And I think you saw the same thing with Patrick Queen last year when they moved him over to the weak side. Just play, let Bynes, let Chuck Clark call the plays and rule the middle of that field. And you just do you. And I think you saw the results. You're asking a lot of these guys, I think.
Sir.
But yeah, I think we about covered it. This is going to be an exciting season, fellas. Best of all, we're back. Last year we took the year off. This year we're back. A lot of great games that are going to.
I can't wait to get back out there. I can't wait to get back to the stadium.
Dude. It's going to be a great time. But yeah. So thank you for tuning in tonight. yeah, again, we're back and better than ever. And this season looks great ahead. I'm so excited. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a good night. Take care.